Hi guys, welcome back to Hanging Out with Lori. How are you today? I am good, thank you very much. Today is another installment in my makeup inventory. Today we are talking about contour and bronzer. Now, I will post a picture up here or up here, one of the two sides of what my contour and bronzer collection looked like last year. It's very small. It's highly extensive, and at that time I had said that was the one area I would really like to expand, and I have not so much the contour part as I have the bronzer part. I have really fallen in love with bronzer this past year, and just the warmth it kind of gives my face, and so we're going to go over those, but also the item in here, not the trio, but the single, is Laura Geller's Bacon Brighten, Bronze and Brighten, something like that, in medium. I have moved that into my blush because I prefer it as a blush over a bronzer, so that has changed categories since last year. Yes, it is technically classified as a bronze. I do not use it as one, so therefore I have moved it. Well, let's start off with contour, since contour is my smallest category. I have added only one to my contour since last update. I mean last year. Last year I had my Cargo HD. This is a picture perfect illuminating palette. There's a bright beam and bronze. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't drop that, but I think I broke a nail. Ooh. Anyways, this one right here is the highlighter. This one is the bronzer. This one is the contour, if I remember correctly. I do believe so. So they call this bright. That's what they call it. And last year I counted this as all three being a contour, but it's not. It's just this one that is a contour. So I have one powder contour. But since last year I got this sample of Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Contour in the shade Mink. I have zero clue where I got this. I don't know if it was a gift or purchase or how I got it, but I have it. And I haven't even taken it out of the package. This is the first time. And I should probably see if I could use it, because there's not a whole lot. I don't know if I could use it as a contour, but I could use it for something. Actually, I think that would actually work as a contour. Now, I'm extremely new to contouring. It's not something I know a lot about. I was extremely new to contouring last year, and I don't think I've expanded my information anymore since then, because I really don't do it that often. So that is what Mink looks like. I don't know. Maybe I'll use it as something else. I don't know. It blends nicely, so possibly. We'll see. I'll have to play around when I'm not going to be on camera and see how that works. But that is my contour collection. Now, if only my bronzer collection was as simple. Now, I really fell in love with bronzer this past year. I only had, well, when I did the video last year, I had yet to have purchased my Rimmel London bronzer in Sunkissed. I can't remember the name of it, which I panned this year. And when I started using that, I really liked how my skin just looked a little bit healthier, a little bit juicier by using a bronzer a little bit warmer, and so I wanted to explore more bronzer, different, different kinds, different shades, and all of that. And so I have expanded. Now I no longer have that Rimmel London because I have finished it, so it never made it into an inventory. Funny enough, the first one is Bad Habit by Makeup Geek. I actually have 2 of these. For some odd reason, I got 2 somehow. So that is what it looks like. I haven't tried any of these bronzers. I think that one would actually look decent on me. This one, I believe it is So Susan's Candles and Kisses. It doesn't have a name. I had depotted it, and I think this one is pretty. It's very light, but it's very pretty. I have this deluxe size sample of Physicians Formula Muru Baby Butter Bronzer. Now, I've never tried their butter bronzers, but I've heard lots of things. So I'm sure you all have seen this before. Now, that's lighter than I expected it to be. A lot lighter. Much lighter. Then I truly fell in love with this Fenty Beauty's In the Sun. I watched someone here on YouTube talk about this shade and how it was perfect for light skin. I blind bought this color based off of their recommendation for a light skin, and when I was able to get in store, I swatched the one that was one above this and one below this, and this one is perfect for my skin tone. And so that is it right there. It is just very pretty. I really like In the Sun. I mean, can you tell? I couldn't put it down for the longest time, and then I finally had to put it down so I could use the ones that I was panning. So these ones are perfect, especially for this time of year, because they are lighter, and well, I am lighter. I don't want to swatch this one because I have not used this one, and I have 2 in palettes I would rather use before I use this one, just to use those ones up in the palettes. But this is my Hoola. This is just the regular Hoola. Then I bought Too Faced Sun Bunny. It's a Radiant Duotone Bronzer. That's what it says. So I'm sure you guys have seen this. I bought it during an Ulta sale. I'm going to swatch both sides. This one is the lighter side, and this one is the darker side. So the lighter side looks to have a little bit of a sheen to it. But maybe so does the darker side. So this one has a little more of a red pole than these other ones up here. Even, Bad Habit, which is a warm bronzer by Makeup Geek. These ones definitely have more of that sun-kissed look to it. Maybe that's why it's called Sun Bunny. This one is not opened. I got this as a gift with purchase. This is Ulta Beauty's matte bronzer. This next one is a Bobbi Brown. It's the Illuminating Bronzing Powder. This is what it looks like. I think this is really pretty. I have only swatched it, but I think it is a beautiful color for my skin tone. That is it right there. Again, it has more of that sun-kissed look to it. This next one I bought because I want to try this brand, and this is by Kiko Milano. This is their Green Me Bronzer in the shade 101 Sweet Honey. It is their lightest shade in this Green Me line, and it's very pretty. I have worn this and I do like it. Again, it's more along the lines of these ones up here versus those sun-kissed ones, but I think it's pretty. Now, I purchased this one off the recommendation of Tiffany Dawn. She hauled this and she really liked it, and that is NYX's California Beamin' in the shade the golden one. So I did purchase this to try it out. As you can tell, I have swatched it. She said it was perfect for lighter skin tones. It's dark. Look at how dark that is. It's very pretty. I mean, and it does have a kind of a lighter sheen to it. But I don't know. If I could blend it out and soften it up, maybe it would look really nice. Go in with a lighter hand. Yeah, it might work then. It might work then. I haven't tried it. I've just swatched it, but when I swatched it and saw how dark it was, it kind of scared me. Then I got this one as a gift with purchase. It is Revolution's Ultra Bronze in the shade... No shade name. Give me no shade. So this is what it looks like. I don't even think I've swatched this, so this is going to be new for the two of us. So that actually is nice. I'm not upset with that one. That one actually looks more like a contour color. Then I purchased, I thought that was going over, but I mean the basket did, but the item's okay. This next one I bought, it was on clearance, and I saw it and I'm like, no, you don't need it. I didn't purchase it. And then I went back another day. I think I was getting my hair cut, and then I had my eyebrows done, and this one was still here. Still there, so I picked it up. I think I paid $2 for this, and this is Laura Geller's Baked Body Frosting. It's their Face and Body Glow in Tahitian Glow. Now, it comes with a little body puff, which I don't use, and I do think it might be a little too dark for me, but it is so pretty. There. Maybe it isn't going to be too dark. That's kind of pretty. It does really have a glow. It really is pretty. So the first duo I have is, I'm gonna drop everything, I think, is my Coastal Scents Blush and Bronzer palette. It says it has one blush and one highlighter, but that is not a highlighter. This one is definitely not a highlighter. It is a bronzer. It might even work as a contour. But that is it right there. Can you even see it? It is so light. Okay, I have a cream bronzer. This is my Revlon Cheek Makers. It has a highlighter and a bronzer. This is called Make Me Bronze. They might consider this a blush, but I consider it a bronzer because of how the color of it. I would never wear this as a blush, but I would as a bronzer, and I have. I think it's gorgeous when you, buff it out. It becomes very pretty. It is sparkly, however, so I do tend to go over it with a matte bronzer on top of it, just kind of to calm it down. It does give you that sun-kissed glow, though, So it is really pretty, and the highlighter on this is absolutely stunning. I have this duo by Too Faced. It is their Pineapple Paradise Strobing Bronzer in the shade Pineapple Sun. Now this came to me broken, so I'm hoping we have no loose parts. That's good. So this is a highlighter, but this is the bronzer. And as you can see, I'm missing a huge chunk up there. And I have yet to have tried it because it was broken. But that's pretty. Kind of has a golden hue to it. I thought it would be matte. Maybe some of this came over here. I don't know. If any of you have this in a full size, does this have a little bit of a shine to it? Because it kind of looks that way. It's a pretty shade though. Then I have my Marc Jacobs hashtag Instamark. Now how I feel about this is one side is a powder or maybe even a matte highlighter. I don't know. It doesn't say on here what he considers them. Light filtering contour powder. Oh. So I guess this is contour. So I have one more contour. I'll add that to my numbers. So this one's a contour and this one's a bronzer. So let's put the contour here. See, that's so light. I don't know. And then this is the bronzer. Would you guys consider this a contour or no? Let me know down in the comments. Or would you consider it kind of like a powder? Maybe an eyeshadow. That would be perfect to set my lid. That does not look like a contour, but that does look like a bronzer to me. I'm not going to count that as a contour. I've never used that as a contour powder. Let me know in the comments what you think. Should that be a contour? Should that not be a contour? Should it be a powder? Should it? What do you think? Just leave me a comment on what you think that should be. Okay, on to trios. Trios, we have this Maybelline Master Contour palette that my friend suggested. I guess this is a contour. That's what it says. But to me, when I swatch it, it looks more like a bronzer to me. So I have it in the bronzer palette, in the bronzer category. I don't know. Maybe it could fall both ways. It does say contour on there, but I would use it as a bronzer. You know, it's more of not a sun-kissed one, but more of a cooler toned one. Let me know in the comments. Do you use that as a contour or as a bronzer? Do you use that palette at all? Inquiring minds. Okay, we're back to the Cargo HD palette. We have our bronze shade, which is this one right here. I wanted to make sure I got the right one. That would not be good. Okay, so see, that is the bronzer. This one right here. Sorry, I didn't mean to flash it. That is the bronzer. Look at that. That's almost like a highlighter, a golden highlighter. And this one, which is a contour, is about the same shade. So I'm going with that one still as a contour. But I like this Cargo palette. Okay, this next one I was thinking about decluttering because, to be honest with you, none of these shades work for me. And that is the Pure Sculptor palette. Now, when I did my highlight inventory, I did not count these because I didn't realize there was highlighters in here. I thought they were just like contour and bronze, but look at these. They're considered contours, these shades right here. But look how dark they are. That one might work for me as a contour. I mean, I was looking at the pan and thinking those are those are bronzers. This one would not work for me at all. This one would work probably, it might work as a contour. This one might have to go into contour palette, category. It's definitely not a bronzer. But I just don't, I don't like this palette. So I think I will put this one into the contour one. But really, these shades could be used as eyeshadows. I would use them more as an eyeshadow than as a face palette. Yeah. I mean, I could keep this as a contour, but I think this, I am going to declutter this. Actually, I'm not going to keep it to use as an eyeshadow. I have eyeshadows that shade if I want to use them. No, I'm not keeping it. There's no reason for me to keep it. I'm not impressed by it. I don't like it. I just don't like it. So I'm not keeping it. Okay, this next one is my Becca, Chloe, and Malika face palette. This is my bronzer right here. It is called the Cocoa Bronze, and it is considered a satin matte bronzer. Well, that's a nice light one. That's kind of like those ones we were swatching at the beginning. And then I have my Clinique All Aglow face palette. It is a quad. And this one is called Get Bronzed. So it's just, I don't want to flash you with the mirror, Lori. So that is it right there. It has a slight sun-kissed look, but not as much as some others. We have our Sugar Wafer palette by Sephora. On the cool side, we have this bronzer here, and it is called Upside Down. This is called Churro. I love churros. Do you guys like churros? Okay, it's wet up there, so I'm going to swatch it down here. Oh, wow. That is kind of glimmery. That's a pretty bronzer. It does have that sun-kissed glow to it. And then on the warm side, this is our bronzer here, and it is called Hot Fudge. Oh, I thought this had a sun-kissed. Look at that. That's really sun-kissed. I think I would use this more as a blush than a bronzer. It is pretty, but I think I'd use it more as a blush. That's me, though. That is me. Then we have our Benefit cheek leaders. In the pink squad palette, we have Hula and Dallas. So we'll swatch Hula here, and we'll swatch Dallas. So this is Hula. And this is Dallas. So maybe Hula would be fine for me. Dallas is too. Look at that. It has just a little bit of a sun-kissed look to it versus Hula. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. And then in the bronze squad, we have Hula and Caramel. Now, since I've already swatched Hula, I am not going to swatch it again. But Caramel, I actually swatched in Hawaii with Jordan, and I thought it was beautiful. So that is Caramel. I just think that's pretty. Okay, it's not blending so well with me. And I think I covered up Dallas some. Oops, sorry, Dallas. And then I have two eyeshadow palettes that have bronzers. One is my Tarte High Performance Naturals palette. And we have this bronzer here called Social Butterfly. Now that's a pretty bronzer, you know? It's one of those more cooler toned ones. I like that one. That's why I don't like them in here, because it never crosses my mind to use them. And then we have our Tarte Sweet Escape palette. It was their holiday palette for 2018. We have this bronzer right here, and it is called Beach Bod. I have a beach bod in my dreams. Okay, so that is Beach Bod. It kind of is darker like those ones, but very pretty. So those are my bronzers and contours. I will have my numbers listed here as always, so you can see my difference between last year and this year. Yes, my numbers have increased, but this is a category I had specifically said I would like to see an increase in. I think I'm good right where I'm at. I don't need any more. You guys take good care of yourself. Be safe, and I will see you on the next one.